Hello, welcome to Your Voice, Your Call. I'm your host, Christopher Moore, and this is episode 3 of our 4-part series about political nonsense. And my guest host, Bob Kern, is on. Also, our 4th episode will be done like a roundtable discussion with several other members. That episode will be coming up soon. This is also our 2nd episode of the puzzle that I hope you all are trying to figure out the game for your chance to win $100. That announcement will be coming soon and how that's going to work. It started with last week's episode. So now, without further ado, check out this short video. Hello, welcome to Your Voice, Your Call. I'm your host, Christopher Moore, and today, part 3 of 4, I'm with Bob Kern again.
Hello.
And today we're going to talk about what's going on politically, and let's go ahead and jump right in about what our wonderful president just did recently. What do you think?
Well, our wonderful president, basically, you know how you get like someone hits you in the face, right? Throws mud in your face. He threw mud back. So, I mean, what are you supposed to do when someone, threatens you or does something against you? What are you supposed to do? Retaliate, and you don't back down. I don't know if I believe in no retreat, no surrender. So no retreat, no surrender. And I think that people are like, oh, we're gonna have a war. He's making a war, but I mean, if we have anything, it's going to be here in the United States because it's already started. We have people coming out of the woodwork like roaches who are making claims and saying things that they know nothing about. They're only going on hearsay, what they hear bits and pieces of, but we really don't know what's going on. We really don't have a clue what's going on over in Iran because we're not there. We don't know what they've done. We can only go by what the president and other people have told us. And there are people from that country, from Iran and other countries like it, who have told us, who have made comments and said that they are glad that Trump has done this. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel safe. Now they might be able to go back to their country and visit, or even go back, to live, because he's trying to make it, easier and better for them. But we have a lot of people here, and if you are for those people, for those terrorists, if you are for those terrorists that are over there, then you are a terrorist yourself here in the United States, and you are committing treason against your country. So, that's to make it, you might not see it that way, but I see it that way. You are being a terrorist here in the United States, and you're committing treason against the United States.
Well, that's an interesting take on that. I think when they have basically attacked our embassy and attacking our people, and instead of what our previous administration has done by sending money and kissing their tail, Trump did what he did by the book, letter of the book. He sent over a pretty good warning. And the goal was not to destroy the country, it was to take one person out. And he did so. And he made it clear, which was posted all over. He's got he put the video out, nation to the nation, telling people what they did. And I agree, he wasn't there to destroy the country, and he's not there to destroy the country. That's not the goal. The goal was to stop this guy from hurting American citizens that he's been doing for years, and also their own people. Mm-hmm. And the news is only showing some of the people, whether in the U.S. or over there, booing us. But the news won't show that the majority is thrilled that they got rid of this one terrorist, that they finally took him out. So I applaud the president.
Well, I applaud the president too. It's about, I mean, come on, you guys. At least he's got some balls, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we have some people in Congress who don't have any. You know, I think, I think we need some leadership in this country to step up. Some people that they say they're leaders. Well, don't say you're a leader. Act like you're a leader and lead in the correct way. You know, go to work, do your job like you're supposed to, and defend our Constitution, defend our people, defend our democracy on what's going on. And let's be diversified, yes, but let's not be diversified where we're cutting off people's heads and throwing away the Constitution and throwing it to the back door. And I'm a Democrat, and I'm saying this.
Well, I have to say, here locally, obviously, they can't, here in the U.S., we can't cut off people's heads because of our beliefs, and that shouldn't happen regardless. Everybody's beliefs should be accepted. It's just the fact that we are trying to prevent, and help cut back on terrorism. On our pages, we posted a good video of why we did what we did, the president did, and the reason being because Iran, if they were to get a hold of nukes, it isn't who's got nukes, it's who is going to be more willing to use them.
Right.
And honestly, if Iran is able to build and get a hold of them, and they will be the ones to use them. Many countries around them have nukes, and they're not using them because we're not all stupid to go and just fire off nukes and say whatever. There will not be a World War III out of this. If anything, people are going to, here locally, if they support the terrorism, that's the only thing we'll have to face, but it is going to be very small and few.
Right.
I don't think there's going to be a big war out of it. And Trump's pretty much set up there, we're not going to put up with it. Enough's enough.
I mean, if we have to go to war, we go to war. Okay? But I don't really think we're going to have a war from the United States, to Iran, or Iran invading the United States. I mean, it could happen, but I don't see it happening. But what I do see happening is maybe we might have something here in the United States might happen due to some stupid, ignorant people who are siding with the wrong side. And if you don't like being called ignorant, I'm sorry. I just think if the shoe fits, wear it, and you're ignorant. You're a complete ignorant ass.
I mean, we shouldn't go off of ideas of like what's happening. We can't make assumptions. But when the mainstream media is only showing the negative of whoever's protesting, whoever's doing whatnot, that's where the problem is. And we have to show. They need to show both sides, and that's what we're trying to do on these shows, like this one and others, in Patriot Soapbox and Common Sense Show, Indie News Media, and all of us. We're trying to show you that there's both sides of the story. Mm-hmm. And he put out his press nation, to the nation, telling you why they did what they did. And I got to be honest with you, we finally have leadership that is not going to kiss their ass. Is how I'm going to put it. We have a president who's saying, you're not going to attack us. We're going to defend our people. We're going to defend our citizens, and even though they're in your country, but they're on what they call embassy soil, American soil, or what have you. This guy has been hurting and killing American citizens for years, and his own citizens and their own population. It's about time.
I mean, we had a president for 8 years, okay, who did absolutely nothing to protect our country and gave weapons away.
And money. To these countries that are attacking us today. And I'm talking about Obama, people, and I'm a Democrat. Not only that, but also when Benghazi, remember Hillary Clinton, Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, got that phone call in the middle of the night. And she was told by Barack Obama, or not Barack Obama, because he conveniently
was gone, and he left Valerie Jarrett in charge. And she told, because she was in charge, and she told Hillary, tell them to stand down, and if they're going to do anything, then use rubber bullets. Give me a freaking break. That's why we have that's why we have a dead ambassador that was in Benghazi. That's why Benghazi was taken over and people were murdered. Our soldiers were killed.
And not rescued when they could have been.
Exactly. And they could, if they had the say and the go, instead of using rubber bullets and to stand, not to stand down, things could have happened. We could have had the soldiers there. Now we got a president that is getting prepared. You know, it might not happen, but you never know. So you got to be prepared in case something does happen. So he's getting troops over there. I think, 3,000 troops?
A lot more, yeah.
About 5,000?
Put them over.
Troops over there to defend. And why should we not defend a United States embassy?
Let alone our American citizens.
And then why do we need to get out of Iran? They need us.
Well, as Trump put it, though, he's saying we're not here to take over your country.
No.
And we'll step back. We're just sitting here when it comes to our citizens that were there, and you're the terrorist. He did what he did. He's like, I didn't send a little PDS, little group over there to just negotiate. No, I sent in a force. I'd rather see a president send in too much to put a stop immediately and show we're not going to put up with this.
We have to show force.
Yeah.
We have to show force. We have to show leadership. I mean, we don't want some pansy of a president to be a do nothing president.
Which is what's happened for years.
Exactly.
More so in the past, I would say 2 administrations. Definitely, they've been just kind of like, eh. And, you know, it's not like when they did the war back that Bush was in and they sent troops over. We didn't need to be in that war. There was no need for that. So over the years, of course, there's tension building. Our presidents are saying, well, let's just be polite and nice and kiss butt. Yes, Obama inherited that problem, but he, too, kept going. We're going to let our soldiers die. We don't care. We're just going to be nice to them here. In the middle of the night, send millions of dollars in weapons.
Well, we can't have a repeat of Benghazi.
No. And here's Trump coming in and putting a stop to it right off the bat. And I'm all for it. And I believe viewers out here and everybody knows this, that they are all for that. And we support it. I'm not saying war is not a good thing. No good can come out of war, but at the moment what he did is showing we're not going to put up with it. And other countries and our allies are saying good job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you follow and watch, they're saying good job. They're happy with what we're doing. People are thrilled that this has happened. So if we can start curbing terrorism, maybe people will start feeling like they can live in their country safely and happy and not feel like they have to come here illegally or whatever, but they're trying to have a life. So, you know, if all the powers get together now and go, well, we don't want to mess with the U.S., let's all build the world in our countries better than we are now. Mm-hmm. Some good will come out of this.
Right. I mean, if we need to bake a cake for them, we'll bake a cake for them. But right now, we're just preparing that cake. You know, we've already got it. I guess we're going to bake it, and then we can ice it, you know, when it's time to ice it.
That's a good way to put it.
And put the damn candles on there and light their ass up.
I wouldn't put a candle on, just put another missile up their ass. I think that'll do it. That'll light them up.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like, you know, if we have to go on the ground and take care of it, you know, then a lot of people are like, but what about the women and the children? Okay, let me just say this. These are not your normal women and children. These women and children they are human bombs. They wear bombs. They are trained soldiers. At the age of 5 years old, they are trained. They begin their training at 5 years old. And we don't do that with our children. You know, we let our children have lives and, you know, be children. You know, and, you know, we're not savages. Even though some of us, they call us savages and they call us Satan, But, we're not the devil. We're not Satan. We are actually the good people who are trying to make things good for this country. We want to have a good rapport with this country and all the other countries in the world, throughout the world. But the United States has to be the lead. We are the strongest. We are the most powerful. We are the richest. There's country in the world. And we need to stand up and flex our muscles and let people know we will not be messed with.
Which for several years we haven't looked that way, and now we're finally starting to look that way. He's built the military stronger. He's building things stronger. Again, this is what we need. This is what we have to have. We need a swift kick in our own rear ends, as well as other countries out there, to stand up and go, hey, enough's enough. And we finally have that. And on top of everything else that's been going on with Trump, he's really trying to do his job. And now it's going to help him win in 2020, which I'm more all for. And we just need to keep our focus on the future. We have our kids coming up that are seeing this, and they're going to realize these are important times in our lives. I was going to ask you, what do you think of, which, speaking of kids, what do you think of the rumor that they might reinstate the draft?
I think that I don't see it as a problem. I know they're not just going to have anybody, fighting in the war. Mm-hmm. So I believe in the draft. It worked for many years. I'd rather see people volunteer than be drafted. But I don't have a problem with someone being drafted. I mean, if I could be drafted, I would go and be drafted, to fight for my country. Because I believe in my country. I believe in what's going on. And I want to continue the democracy that we have, the freedoms that we have, that we are losing every day. I want to fight for those freedoms that we are losing every day. Because if we're not fighting for our own freedoms, because we don't have Congress fighting for them, because they're too busy doing other things, and locally we have people that are supposed to be doing things for us here locally and are not. So I want my freedoms taken care of. I want my personal freedoms to stop being trampled on, like the smoking issue. You know what I'm saying? If I want to light up a cigarette and smoke, I want to light up a cigarette and smoke and go buy one. If I was 18, I'd want to be able to go and buy one. I want to be able to light up a marijuana cigarette and smoke marijuana and get high. Okay? I want to be able to get high.
Legally. Let's throw that in there.
You have a Democrat that's coming out, Mayor Pete, who's running for president. He's like, he's all for legalizing all the drugs.
Well, he hasn't done much of a good shot in his as mayor, so being president, he wouldn't be a good president. I mean, I'm just saying that he seems. I mean, he's got some pretty good fortunes ideas, but if you look back at his city, he wasn't a very good mayor, so I don't see him being a good president. But they have yet to put anybody worthwhile up against Trump on the Democrat side. It's not going. It's not happening. So if you think about that, now that's something we can discuss a bit on the next show. But I think part 4 we'll do live. We'll go our time longer and have a couple other people with us who. Sharing some of our ideas and can discuss things. I have a couple people in mind that are talking about they like to. So that's something that we can definitely look at. But this show, we got to keep this one a little short. We're testing something out on the uploads, and Bob's still doing live on his phone. So here in a moment, I'm going to pause and kill the recording, and we can still go live on your end and discuss a little further. So as far as your voice, your call, that'll be all this evening on this, and I'm glad you stayed tuned. And again, a part of the show started with last week's show. We're in the middle of a kind of a fun puzzle contest game. If you can figure out what's going to link all the 8 shows from last Tuesday on, you'll win $100. And that preview is coming out to explain the rules to that. So thanks, and hope to see you soon.
Oh, does this mean goodbye?
On your voice, your call.
See you later.
Please hear